Good morning, Taurus. How are you? Taurus on my mind. I was asked how it was that I chose the sign that I'm going to read. And I want to show you how. I have a small container, like a sauce dish, and I have all the letters in all of the signs in this. And I dump it out on this large space. And the sign that I see, I'll see a AUR. I will say, well, I need to read for Taurus. And then I concentrate on Taurus. I meditate. I say a little prayer. And then I come to you. So it's not just flavor of the day. I just don't go through the signs picking haphazardly what I'm going to read. So I just wanted to share that with you. Hope that makes a bit of sense. Taurus. Okay, this is going to be a love reading for Taurus. Okay, it's going to be a love reading. Love reading for Taurus. King of Swords, the Dr. Spock. The Dr. Spock of the tarot cards. So someone very head over heart. The Four of Swords. This person has been in repair mode, or you have been in repair mode. We're going to have to see a little bit more with the clarifications. I'm going to do 3, 3, 3, like a three-dimensional. You see, we'll talk about this Four of Swords. It's an important card as much as sleep is important to our bodies. We must rest our spirits too. We can't jump from thing to thing to thing. I suppose we can, but then we take the chance of turning into a robot. We are fragile beings in the sense that we can only take so much of the roller coaster of life, and then we have to repair. And you'll notice that all great masters took time to retreat. Even the Christ took time, 40 days and 40 nights, and retreated from time, space, and people around them to repair, and pray. And we have the Ten of Cups. A beautiful, beautiful card. Representing, really depending on the read, but representing a wholeness. Many people, when they read tarot, say, well, this represents family. Okay, family, but when you think of the word family, it's more than blood. It's, sometimes we are given family of people that we otherwise wouldn't even speak to. And that's the universe giving us lessons. We have the Page of Swords. The spy. Who's spying on you? And that's to clarify the King of Swords. Makes me think that this person is, if you forgive me, a little immature emotionally. I'm not saying something mean. I'm saying emotionally, Taurus, this person has trauma from an early childhood relationship. I'm sitting with a mother, has made this person close off their emotions. I will talk more about that too. The world, some kind of cycle has been completed, and I think because someone took time to rest from this trauma, they took time to rest, and it completed a cycle, which is a beautiful thing. But we also have the Three of Swords. I'm not afraid of the Three of Swords. It means that there is emotion there. There's a reason why we have pain sensors in our skin and um, our sensitivities. And okay, this is not a bad thing. This is, especially for someone who has closed themselves off. The first card was the Dr. Spock. And it's a beautiful thing when Dr. Spock realizes that, hey, I have a heart and it can break. Same thing with the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. He says, I know I have a heart because it's breaking. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And then you realize the importance of the people in your life. This will come together. We have the Tower. Again, not a card to fear. This, to me, and I said this before, forgive me, it's like a sneeze. When something is in your nose and it doesn't belong there, you sneeze. It doesn't mean that your nose is falling off. It means that you're removing something that doesn't belong there. Same with the Tower. It is an event that moves things around, especially things that are built on faulty ground. It's a good thing to move things around. We just get very stuck in our habits. I'm feeling pride. I'm not prideful, but I'm feeling proud of this person. My heart feels proud of this person. I'm reading about your person. Your Dr. Spock. Huh. And then they went into hermit mode from the Four of Swords to the end of this cycle, and now they're going within. They're looking for their star. See how they're looking inside their lantern? They're looking for their star. Depends on the tarot card deck you're working with. Sometimes the hermit is stepping on it just before a snake. Sometimes the hermit is almost stepping on a snake. Perhaps they're so intent on finding their hope that they are not looking around at the hazard that could be near them. But this deck, this Rider-Waite, does not have the snake on the ground. To clarify the Ten of Cups and the Three of Swords, we have the wonderful Knight of Swords, which brings us back to the King of Swords, doesn't it? We have a lot of swords. We have a lot of swords here. Let's go through this. Hold on, give me a second. The Knight of Swords is rushing in. Sometimes the Knight of Swords says things off the top of their head. They are so intent on getting to their destination. They are heart over their head, which is the antithesis of the Spock, isn't it? But they're rushing in. They have something to say. Oftentimes they are clumsy with the way they say it, or they are too emotionally immature to know the suave way to say something. But Taurus, forgive people their clumsiness, especially when they are smitten with you, because that's what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we have wonderful, just beautiful. We have the strength. And above her head, you see what? The infinity sign. So to me, this is a clarification. This is, again, I feel so proud of this person that they have overcome their own demons through their strength and shadow work. I'm going to put this right back here. Taurus, your person has been through past chaos, past trauma. See, they only want me to say trauma. They don't even want me to say trauma. They want to say, oh, I went through some things as a child. You went through a lot. And as a child, you should be protected and loved. And this person was, okay, the mother was always giving the feeling like, hey, if you don't behave, I'm going to take off. And that's what she said. If you don't behave, I'm out of here. And she said this on repeat. The father was quiet. And as a child, this person read that as cold. The father themselves had their own issues from childhood. Do you see how generational this can be? how generational, trying to corral, trying to control your emotions. And are emotions something that we need to control? Well, yes and no. I mean, you don't want to run around like your hair is on fire all the time. However, it shouldn't take a tower moment for you to realize you're a human being and you're allowed to make mistakes and you're allowed to feel pain and you're allowed to go within and heal yourself. It doesn't make you a weak person, it makes you a person. You know who this is, Taurus. And I think you have a long-term relationship with them. I'm not certain. Because of their closed offness, because they are so closed off, you feel like you could be closer, but you do everything that you can to increase the communication. The more you try to increase the communication, the less they want. I don't want to talk about it. That's what you hear all the time. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's hear some. Let's see if we can bring some messages up to this. I don't want to talk about it person. Ooh, I don't want to talk about it. And it's a visceral reaction. Anytime you're like, talk to me, use your words. You almost sound like a mother. You're triggering them. You're triggering them when you say, talk to me. They fear that you're going to say, or I'm going to get out of here, or I'm out of here. And you've said it, and you've seen the reaction to, or I'm out of here. Okay, so you see how that goes. It's not like they're thinking that you're their mother. That'd be creepy. What they're thinking is that whoever they love is going to leave them. That was our Three of Hearts, wasn't it? I'm going to use a deck that I created when I was under meditation. Please help us find out what this I don't want to talk about it person needs to say to Taurus. Please help us. This is a nice person. It's just hard. It's almost impossible to have a relationship without trust, isn't it? A relationship without trust, when you can't trust that person's going to be there the next day, they say, I want to play it safe. Absolutely, they want to play it safe. They don't want to get hurt. Terrified that you're going to leave. Close to having codependency issues with you. And you feel that. And as a Taurus, that's going to make you feel claustrophobic, which it's going to trigger them to saying, you're feeling claustrophobic, you're going to leave. Do you see this kind of pattern? This kind of cyclical pattern. But yet there's, at the base of it, you two love each other. They want to play it safe. You understand this? My anger scares me. It's not. I don't think it's anger. I think it's sadness. Remember, the first card coming out was the King of Swords, Dr. Spock. It's not anger. It's sadness. But they can't do sadness, so anger is easier. And I know that makes sense to you. I am happy to wait until I'm ready. Oh, can't you just feel proud of this person for doing the work that they have done so far? And as a child, wouldn't you like to just wrap them up in your arms and hug them so they don't feel like the person that they love is going to walk out that door just because they are acting poorly? So many hurt people in this world. The walking wounded. Let's pull a couple more cards, but I really think that this was a nice read. I wish that I knew more about you. What they want to say probably is that I wish I knew more about how to deal with my feelings about you. Or I wish I knew how you were able to use your emotions and feelings. I wish I knew how to do that. They kind of look at you with awe and say, it's so easy for them to say what they feel. It's so easy. It's almost a jealousy, but then they feel lack. Let's do one more card. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm an unlovable little kid that someone wants to leave. I'm a very hurt little kid that I'm not certain anyone really cares about what happens to me. So I'm going to turn into a Dr. Spock until I find you, Taurus. And then you're going to challenge me to love myself, to trust myself, and I'm beginning to trust you. Ooh, Taurus. I'm not going to lie, you have your hands full. But at the base of this relationship is a lot of love. And thank you. Thank you for doing what you do for another person. It doesn't go unnoticed. Please thumbs up and subscribe so I can talk to you again. And have a great Thursday.